vehicles that will be this morning. We ask you, God, to watch over them, Lord. Let the drivers be conscious, oh God, that the road is wet and bus, God. Father, we refer before you, God. Father, we ask you, God, to touch that station. We ask you, God, to watch over the staff and give them, oh God, direction, oh God. Let every piece instrument be functioned in the best way. Father, all listeners before you this morning, oh God. Father, I'm asking you, God, to bless our heart. I'm asking you, God, to watch over us. The school children on the road, I'm asking you, God, to watch over them. And once again, Father, we thank you for rising us up this morning. We thank you for these beautiful showers of blessing. You alone has the power to do that because you are the God of the universe. We ask all these mercies in no other name than Jesus' name. And may all your people say amen.
Amen. Good morning. How are you?
So, as usual, Andrew, how are you, sir?
And even a little bit of you. Look
no,
up.
Morning, neighbor. We are neighbors still. How is the atmosphere there, your side? How is the atmosphere with the rain?
I didn't hear.
How is the atmosphere with the rain by your side?
Well, it's
wonderful.
Cool.
Wonderful.
Yeah, cool.
Yes, just down here, like down here too. You know, whenever the rain fall, the body have the tendency to sleep better and relax, eh?
I know.
Yes, well, I know.
Okay.
So give my love to everyone, man, in the station there.
I'll do that.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Take care.
Yeah, very nice.
It's 91.9, 91.5, www.dlefgrenada.com and channel here. And it's a pleasure to be with you for yet another morning. And of course,
And don't let the shadows of yesterday spoil your sunshine for today.
don't let the shadows of yesterday spoil the sunshine today.
Of today. Whatever comes today, read it. You may not get sunshine, but if you get rain,
today will have its own shadows, my friend.
So don't let today take care of itself, and don't worry about yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday is done and gone. It's dead.
I'm having a drink.
Yeah. Of
a drink.
Oh, a drink of what? And what's the purpose of the drink?
The purpose of the drink is medication.
Oh, okay. Well, because everything has a purpose, right? Mm-hmm. Everything has its purpose.
Yeah. I'm having here coconut.
Yeah.
As in coconut, as in hard.
Hardcore coconut.
Well, soft coconut, hard jelly.
Hard jelly.
Soft coconut, hard jelly.
Okay.
So I'm having that. So that is the milk.
Yeah.
Then I have sea moss in it.
Okay.
And then I have turmeric in it.
Excellent.
And then I have cayenne pepper in it.
Yeah.
And then I have nutmeg in it.
Yeah.
And then I have tonka bean in it.
Tonka bean. No ginger?
No. You see, ginger, I'm using not regularly because too much ginger can create a bit of a bother for you.
Yeah, it could thin your blood if you're taking especially
Right.
aspirin.
I do that. I take an aspirin a day.
Yeah.
So I have to be very careful with the amount of ginger, that I consume.
That you consume.
So
Right.
I kind of there are times I put the ginger, there are times
And
I
you
don't
don't.
put the
Yeah,
ginger.
that's good. That's a good drink. That's a very
But I
good.
don't use sea moss all the time. This is the first time I'm using sea moss with it. Yeah. Usually I just do it on its own.
Yeah, that's
So I decided, you know what? Let me try it.
a little CMOS. Yeah, and it's not bad. It will give you some iodine if you need if your body needs
I
iodine.
don't know. Boy, I don't need iodine. You're supposed to go and look for it. Wow. You know, as I say, that thing tastes bad. Okay? I
You see,
mean,
you add pepper. Yeah, cayenne. Yeah, okay. Cayenne will take the
I've been using bud pepper for the past couple of days.
excellent. That's
But,
that's even better. You
Kind
can
of finish, you finish.
okay. Well, that's a treat. You know, that's something that I've never think a man plant a bud pepper tree. You know.
But yeah, I'd really love some bud pepper right now because what I had finished. So to keep the pepper, I had to use bud pepper.
Yeah, cayenne. Oh, yeah, not a problem. You know.
Yeah, but I'd prefer to have the
use
bud pepper.
the bud pepper.
So I'd really love for someone to say to me, "Oh, Andre, you know I got some bud pepper you can have, or if you could dig up a tree, make sure you excavate right around the tree and you pull it up. What do you think, Jade, it might grow?"
Yeah, it will grow, but it has to have good foundation, good soil. I mean, you know, sometimes good watering, it will grow. You know. But as I was saying before, I don't think a farmer ever planted a bud pepper tree. I mean, not if
there's a guy
No,
in Poetry Tivoli area. He plants them.
yeah, you know, I mean, on a large scale, because wherever you see it, it's because the bud would have passed, excrete, and then they grow.
Why would a bud want
That's
to
the
eat
only.
pepper?
That's the only pepper buds it.
Why would they want
I
to
don't
eat
know.
pepper?
They know why they're smarter than us.
No, they're smarter than us.
That's the only pepper. You could have all other pepper there, they wouldn't even touch it. But with the bud pepper, they love something, you know, that's what the doctor board advised them to do. You know there's a doctor board, right?
Yeah, Dr. Bud's a fine little word.
Yeah, so that's the doctor of buds.
Yeah. And he checks, the Dr. Bud checks all the flowers and
Right, so you
everything
have
on
to
a
check
daily
to see,
basis.
that is what is
That is good, that is good, that is good.
right.
that is good.
So he has to do he has to perform his duties to advise the other bud. When they get sick, what do I use? They go to Dr. Bud. Dr. Bud say, you know, see this pepper, use this. This one, yeah.
So, what have you been planting? Or what
No,
have
I'm
you
not. I'm not planting anything. No, for now, I'm not even.
No, what's wrong with this guy?
No, I have not even prepared. I was hoping from next week, and from me going back, I'll start to prepare. But I'm not so keen in at the moment to do much of a planting. And with that rain, a lot of farmers they get themselves caught on that they were not prepared. A lot of farmers not prepared. And then some had clean and they were waiting, you know, to have the land plowed and so. But the rain come and that is a bother for them now. But quite a lot of farmers were not quite prepared for that weather we get in. Some say it's the season on, some say well they're not sure. So you gotta take what we get and make use of it. You never know when. So always be prepared, like a scout. Always be prepared. Always be prepared. So you know, in the farming business, you're prepared. Especially if you don't have water, and you're depending on rainfall water, yeah, you will have a problem. If you're doing that, if you have water, I mean, you know, you could pump up and so it's okay. But those who depending on rain-fed for planting, some of them would have got caught off guard around this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm disappointed in you.
Why?
Yeah, because you're one of the persons, you'll be the last to not be planting something.
No, I am.
I find you're getting ready to plant weed.
Well, it's herb, not weed. You don't plant weed is a good thing though. No, according to my program, as I said before, I want to do a lot of backyard gardening for a number of people, and this is my first plan. And well, in the stage now, I'm preparing to do yam because what happens to me in the past couple of years, I always leave my yam for last. I'm saying I go do it, and then it never get done. Sometimes the yam is still. But I said, you know what? This year, I'm going to take a new approach. And I'm in the process of preparing the beds to plant my yam. So by this week and next week, I should finish plant all my yam because they have times in years gone by, July, August, I haven't planted the yams. They're just there. And I said, no, I get taken up in other things. I said, no, not this year. Before I plant anything else, the yam will get priority. So that is how my project is, my plan is going.
So it's a definite this year.
Definitely this year, yeah, definitely. Because last year I bought some plants and they just stayed there, and I didn't get a chance to plant them. When I did plant them, it didn't make much of a sense. So I said, no, not 2023. Yam gets priority in 2023.
What? Like, not only yam.
No.
Like Kaiso too?
Yeah, yam gets priority in 2023. But I need to focus. I want to focus on
I wasn't going to tell you that. I mean, I was going to let you find that out for yourself. That you're not focused because at this time, you are at the end of preparation and you're waiting for the rain and you're probably cutting down a piece or whatever. But that just sound like, well, are they?
No, I'm not.
That's
I've been spending time on research and and as I said, one of my priority goal is to do a lot of backyard farming for. There are people who need it and they, get the know-how. But besides that, I've been going around. I've been with a lot of farmers. Yeah, I've been with a number of farmers. And up to yesterday, I met a new one. Good morning, Mr. Dalton.
Dalton who?
Dalton. That's all in the mind doing by
Where?
Dalton. He's from Latas.
Oh, Latas.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Dalton. I hope you have a wonderful day. And so I meet people. I meet new farmers. I visit farms. I like you know what Uncle Gary was famous for?
No, I don't. I wasn't there.
Many people too. So I go around farmers. I give them some advice. Some take it, some don't. And
But who make you king advisor?
but no, and in my scene, a lot of farmers they waste a lot of space. In particular, like a farmer might be growing have a bed of tomato, and most times a normal bed which would be like 3 feet to 4 feet, either 3 feet or 4 feet, and you're planting on each side of the bed. So in the center and even between like say you're doing a cup of tomato, in the middle of the bed there is nothing, and on the side of between the two tomato plants there is nothing. So you could do some companion planting like carrots, save. A number of herbs could go between the tomatoes. So it fill up the space on the bed. You have less weed using the same water. If you're doing depending on what if you're doing drip line or sprinklers, and you're good to go. But all you do, they plant just tomato on one bed, and then but there's something called crop companion planting, and probably maybe talk about that some other time.
Crop companion planting.
Yeah.
I was thinking you had a companion there. I heard the phone ringing. Just crop companion
planting.
That's like intercropping.
Well,
yes,
to a point. No.
Intercropping.
To a point, yes, you could call it intercropping. But again, there are some plants that enhance other plants, like save, celery, basil. A number of them enhance tomato. Yeah, the taste.
There was a workshop recently put on by Mr. Samuel.
Yeah, okay.
At the Anglican school. Did you go?
No, I heard about it. At these days, I don't think I'm going to attend much of those. I had a lot of those before, and I think.
Why didn't you give the gentleman the benefit of the doubt.
No, I know him very well, and I'm only
So you should have given him the benefit of the doubt.
I go along.
That's not nice.
I'm not saying no. Was I in St. Patrick? I'm not sure if I was in St. Patrick
That is exactly you. Back to what I'm saying. Nobody knows where you are, when you are, and how you are.
No, that's good, So
that doesn't necessarily make it good. All right, so here's what, friends. We've got a packed show this morning. BJ is going to be here around about the 8 o'clock hour. Our time is now moving on to 17 minutes after. We're waiting on drumsticks, and then we got the weather. And then Robert is going to pop in for a minute, i.e. Robert White. Yes, he's going to pop in for a minute. He's got some very, very important news for you. And I am telling you, you will be really happy to hear this. In these tough economic times, Robert is going to be putting some savings straight into your hands in these tough economic times. I will only take him about 15 minutes, 20 minutes for you to know about it. So join. He should be here around about 7:30. Drumsticks, she's already here. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. Good morning to the nation. A reading from the Word of God, John chapter 1, verses 14. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. John bare witnesses of him and cried, saying, This was he of whom I speak. He that cometh after me is purified before me, for he was before me, and of his fullness have all we receive, and grace for grace. For the law was given by Moses, but grace and truth came from Jesus Christ. This is the end of the scripture reading.
And thank you so much, girlfriend. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Okay, fella, Dana. Yeah.
Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, lady.
Like you want to cut style, don't talk. Anytime you want to cut style, don't talk to them.
Good morning.
Remember one thing, Anytime you cut it style, Andre there. So I don't.
John, don't worry, man. I'm coming closer to you. I'm reaching Grenville. Everyone, I'm reaching you.
No. You're dogging the ad.
I know how to team dog. That's one thing I could do. I'm a dog teamer.
You're dogging the yard.
I could team.
Right. Anyway, Jones.
I'm thinking rain and
exactly.
I come.
And you're more, don't come. Anyway, darling, take care.
Okay, that one I talk about you.
You too. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, yeah, bye-bye.
It's real, it's 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the WORLD. Just to let you know, folks, that this program comes to you with the compliments of two great gentlemen. And they are Gittins, Home and Garden Supplies, and Antoine de Beauregard Industries. Stay with us.
Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. We supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings and nursery supplies, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. We're serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call us on 409-2175 or 438-4337. Gittins Home and Garden Center, from your farm to your backyard.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. a taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
Hungry, anyone? You heard about it, and it's finally here. Velma's Restaurant and Bar, located High Street, Sateras in St. Patrick. They're open from 6 a.m. until midnight. Breakfast is available from 6 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. On the menu is roast bake, sawfish, and many, many mouth-watering items. Lunch is a close second, with items that can be grilled to your satisfaction. We have steamed fish and other seafoods too. For the health-conscious ones, we provide vegan and vegetarian dishes. Looking for something that will hit the spot? From 5 p.m. until close, come and enjoy our burgers and fries. At Velma's, we cater and host parties. We have an on-site bakery where you can place your orders for fruitcakes and other pastries. We also have local juices. Listen to Real FM for your daily menu to place your order in advance. Call us at 419-5622. That number again, 419-5622. Velma's Restaurant and Bar. Come eat lunch with us.
Ziz's Minimart, located in Montrose St. Patrick, is where you feel all your grocery needs. Looking for a variety of items? Visit Ziz's Minimart. Spend $50 and over for a chance to win. First prize, a brand new toaster oven. Second prize, an electric kettle. Draw takes place on Mother's Day. We're open Monday to Thursday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. On Fridays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call us today, 457-1100. That number again, 457-1100. Come to Ziz's, where you shop more and spend less.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody! Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one.
It is real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Remember, I told you I've got a whole package for you this morning, yeah? And included in that package is our dear friend from the Mars Bishop International Airport Meteorological Office, Cassia Johnson. Good morning, Johnson.
Good morning to you and good morning to the listeners. Here is the weather for today, Thursday, 27th April 2023. Presently, at the air conditions are cloudy with light showers. Winds are from the east at 16 miles per hour. Pressure 1013.6 millibars, which is above normal and rising. Present temperature 26.7 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 92%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 30.0 degrees Celsius. Minimum temperature last night 24.2 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, there was 10.0 millimeters of rainfall at the airport, which brings the total for the month to 18.1 millimeters. Looking at the public forecast, valid for today and tonight, the weather is expected to be mostly cloudy and slightly hazy with light to moderate showers. Today's maximum temperature 29.5 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to east-southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves up to 5 feet in open waters. Tides are currently rising and will be high at 8:15 a.m., low at 2:15 p.m. Sunset today 6:21, sunrise tomorrow 5:50. Again, the weather is expected to be mostly cloudy and slightly hazy with light to moderate showers. From the Met Office, I am Cassia Johnson.
Oh, thank you so very much. Cassia, how do you call a wind that blows from Trinidad and another wind that blows from Grenada and they meet? How do you call that?
I don't know. How do you call that?
That confusion, girl.
Oh, Lord.
That must be confusion. Something wrong with that confusion. It can't be nothing else. I don't.
I find so.
My dear, take care of yourself. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, same to you.
Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, there had to be confusion. You know what? Let's just kill everything and say good morning to our good friend here. Robert, good morning.
Morning, Dre.
How you doing?
I am doing well. I mean, whenever I'm at Real FM, I'm doing well.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, man.
Okay. So,
Always a pleasure to come here.
so it's not confusion now.
No. I would have thought the answer was crosswinds. But confusion had me laughing.
Confusion. So imagine if wind from Trinidad coming over the Grenada, they meet that confusion. That's confusion. Yeah. You know, there's something that's pretty interesting. I would say that Trinidad has more Grenadians than any other country in the world, or more descendants of Grenadians than any other country in the world.
Yeah, certainly first and second generation Grenadians.
Yeah,
and some, as we call them, Trini-Grini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, go on.
The reason is in the period of the early 50s, 60s, Trinidad was certainly a place to go. The oil boom. In some areas of construction, Grenadians went down to seek employment. And you know it is. When people travel is something else, the displacement of people or the relocation of people as a result of traveling. You go down with the sole intention of finding like a job and things, so to support yourself and to improve your lot. You might be a single man. Before you know it, you'll see a nice Trinidadian lady. She make a sweet eye for you, you'll probably respond. and then before you know it, sparks start to fly.
Yeah, children.
And Trinidad becomes your home. To the extent that there are some persons who went down as we would have discussed. And some of them never even came back. I mean, Trinidad is less than 30 minutes away, and some of them never set foot back in Grenada. But nowadays, what you do have is the children of such persons who are born in Trinidad, they come in and trying to find their home, trying to find the grandparents, their family, and in some cases, there have been some great relationships that started, not romantic now, but relationships where people came over here, they're happy with what they see, they like the place, so they're always coming over,
So the big question for me to you is this: which is the country or the nation of citizens that Grenadians dislike the most?
I don't know. I don't know that Grenadians don't like people generally. Yeah. I know. On the converse, you have other nationalities that blend well with Grenadians. Right? Some even respect us. Even yesterday, I was hearing that the Jamaicans figure. Well, you know what? Grenadians are bad man, we might pull a gun, but once they pull a lasso, not a lasso, they call it a machete. Once they pull a machete,
that's turn back.
So understand, we have it's a hell of a thing to be respected for, but I understand that sometimes they show maximum respect to a Grenadian with a machete in his hand. But I don't know that there are nationalities as a bloc that Grenadians do particularly like. Maybe
Bajans.
Bajans. Okay then. Well, that's a bit.
They don't really.
They don't blend too much with Bajans.
No, they don't blend too much.
You see, and again,
you want?
I probably couldn't answer the question because you see, I have lived in Grenada, and here's the point: I've lived in Grenada all my life. The longest I've been out of here is a month. So if you probably live in a place where there is that mix of people, like for example, somebody live in New York or England or so, where there's a mix of nationalities who all came in that location seeking the same thing, the advancement and so, then you'll find that you probably have a ringside view of how the different nationalities clash, if they do, and how they blend, if they do as well.
Yeah, so I know that because, and one of the things that crowns it for me, I know of a gentleman, his name I will not, call.
Mm-hmm.
He traveled to England,
Mm-hmm.
found love, got married to a Bajan. They're retired, they're both retired, and they're both what you call old people. No, and I'm not using that to disrespect them.
Yeah.
They 80s,
Advanced senior citizens.
80s, border 90s.
Okay,
that
yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah. So they're very advanced.
Very much advanced, and they're both still in England. And the reason being, the Bajan decide she not coming Grenada, and the Grenada is a dog in Barbados.
Well. I mean, if you are to lay blame here, they're equally to be blamed because no one is relenting.
No,
right?
But having you will see, a Vinci may come or Grenadian may go to thing. We just spoke about Trinidad and what happens.
Mm-hmm.
We know how the Jamaicans blend with us. But the Bajans, you see, just like when you watch the archipelago of Ireland, you see Barbados out for yourself.
Yeah, they stay.
Good morning, Bajans. If you listen, but the reality
Well,
is the
I don't
reality.
know. Well, I shouldn't say I don't know. I had a similar experience where I was courting a Bajan girl, and very early in the game, she started to speak about, when I come over and where I'll get work, and it was easier. And I realized, but wait, we didn't get to that where we'd live yet, right? We haven't gotten over whether or not we really this would be an item. Right, but I'm hearing, the opportunities that are in Barbados for me, and I was saying, but who tell you I come into Barbados? So I understand well, that there seems to be a preference. It's almost mandatory. If you get married to a Bajan, you'll end up living in Barbados. But still, there are one or two Bajans that I know here, so maybe there are exceptions to all the rules. But generally, the Bajans would want to take their husband home.
If I may add something, it is said, and I got that lately, that the most proudest people in the Caribbean are the Bajans. They're very proud of themselves, very, very so.
No. People just use that word around. They're not proud. They do show off. Those proud and when show off had to be used. Grenadians are very proud people. We are proud of who we are.
Yeah.
Right? But we don't show off.
I don't know. I would say proud. I mean, I've been there for a thing, and how they get along, they're very proud. They are very proud.
Watch us how we getting along. You must think when you go outside today, watch us how we walk in the room. We getting along, we proud.
We different. Yeah, different type of proud.
But I tell you, they're proud to show off. Yeah. Anyway, so much for that.
Interesting
Robert,
discussion. We must continue this.
All right. You're here this morning, and this is like I'm going to call this an emergency here.
It is.
And we had this discussion a couple years ago when you mistimed and forgot what you had to do, and it happened again to say you forgot what you had to do in relation to the Rotary and their project. You could leave it by the side of the road and somebody go pick it up as that because I'm picking up Rotary project. Anyway, let me continue. Robert, you're here this morning, and as it relates to the organization that you're part of, that is Rotary, and it is that time of year or that time again when the Rotary rolls out something that I believe saves Grenadians thousands and thousands of dollars, and that is I Care. And of course, I care.
Yeah. well, of course, I know that is how I was able to get this slot in at such late notice.
Yes.
Yeah, because you care.
I care.
Yes, so the information this morning to the general public is, yes, as Andreas indicated, the news you've been waiting for quite a while. I mean, the Rotary Club, in conjunction with the Vosh Ikea team, is mounting the Ikea Clinic again, that project that we had to suspend for the last 3 years because of COVID. It is certainly on again. And it's amazing, Andrew, sometimes you do things, even as a club, as an organization, and you know it's impacting on people because you have records, but you're sometimes not aware how much they appreciate it and how much they look forward to it, not until you can't have it. And people come up to you and they start to lament that they were looking forward to getting the eyes checked this year. They were looking forward to probably being on the receiving end of our glasses and the other services that usually accompany this IKEA project. And you see the look on their face and you realize, boy, you wish you just could have created some kind of magic to make it happen as they need it immediately. But we, as I've indicated, the COVID affected this project like it did many other things around the world. The team even wanted to come last year, and there was some issue again that they couldn't make it last year. But all systems are go this year. So the news is that the Rotary Ikea Clinic is back in 2023, and we're actually doing St. Patrick on Tuesday. That's Tuesday. This Tuesday, 2nd of May.
Tuesday tomorrow?
No, today's Thursday.
But yeah, any other Tuesday.
Any Tuesday to come. So Tuesday, 2nd of May, we'll be at the St. Patrick Health Clinic at 9 o'clock and from 9 to 5. We know sometimes we have an influx of people and the day could be very challenging. And sometimes we are forced to go beyond 5, but the group is intending to cut off at 5. So if you really need the service, we beg of you, try and come between 9 a.m. and 5 so that you can get your eyes checked, and if so, get a pair of glasses. We'll be on Wednesday, we'll be at St. Andrew. That's the Granby Medical Center, doing a similar thing, of course, but this time we start at 8:45. So whereas St. Patrick, we start 9, but the other days, Granby on Tuesday.
On Wednesday.
On Wednesday, sorry. On Thursday, we had the St. David's Medical Center, the usual locations. And on Friday, the project ends, because it's actually a 4-day run. The project ends with the services provided at the St. George's Youth Center. Not Trade Center, Youth Center. It's in the same location, but on the other side, or adjacent to. This time, though, we start at 8:30. Part of the reason is the team by that time will be in St. George. They would have spent the night there, so it's easier to get to that location as opposed to they're in St. George and have to drive up to the countryside. So they can offer their services earlier. That's why we start at 8:30, but we end at 5 as well. So persons in those locations, again, St. Patrick, the multipurpose, the clinic, as we say, on the canal. Then on Wednesday, we go to Granby. On Thursday, we are at the St. David Medical Center. And on Friday, the Youth Center in Grand Anse. 8:30 to 5 p.m., that's on Friday. As usual, we ask people to... Now, here's what has been happening over the years. We almost now have like a cadre of repeat clients, if you want to call them that, persons who come every year, and while that is important and sometimes necessary, this time we want to ask that people be a little considerate and allow, and we try to manage that too as best as we can. Sometimes it's difficult though, but to see if we can have some first timers, so persons who have not received that service at all before, and they need it, because what happens is that you almost end up seeing the same set of people. And while that is important, we're not saying it is not, but we want to spread the services a little wider so that there are a greater size of the population that is going to benefit. We hope that people will be understanding. We're not saying we're going to turn anybody away, but the message is, if you would have had this service before and you can do otherwise, then it will be nice if you do so that we can, keep that slot for some first-timers. That's the message. But as usual, the Rotary Club of Grenada East, and being specific here because we have 2 Rotary clubs, we are taking the lead on this project. But we are ably assisted by the Rotary Club of Grenada, and that's the club in St. George's, because they are the ones who will be assisting with the we'll be there as well, but they'll be assisting with the providing assistance to the Vosh team for the St. George outfit. Excuse me, for the St. George clinic, outfit. Where outfit came from? Clinic.
Speaking of outfit, maybe because I was going to ask a question, how many persons are involved in your outfit? You like that one?
Our club is not a big club, As a matter of fact, we are probably one of the smaller clubs around. I think we're just about 20 persons now, between 20 and 22. We have had some new inductees in recent times that push our numbers, shooting around 22. And that's a small club. However, we little but we tall, as I'm Jamaicans say, because the size of our club is in no way an indication of the size of the projects we have done. I mean, this particular project, the Vosh Ikea project, is one that is running way over 15 years now. And it's amazing how much money that has been pumped into this project. Now, hear how it works. We do not pay the Vosh team for coming. Right? They source the glasses, they pay for the tickets, they source the necessary medical expertise that they come in with. So they provide all of that. What we provide on our end is essentially transportation, meals. They even pay for their own accommodation. So we provide transportation and meals. And I mean, we show them a good time. And one of the things that they have said is that they do similar projects around the world, but when it comes to Grenada, they say there's just something special and, as the Jamaicans say, different about Grenada. And so they're always anxious to come. And that's why when during COVID, they were so sorry that they couldn't come, because, apart from the fact that they're providing the service to Grenadians, and they're happy to do that, they also look forward to the camaraderie and the as we say in Rotary, the fellowship that they enjoy when they're in Grenada here.
There's something that, you always try to draw a positive out of negatives. So for 20, 21, 22, they weren't able to come.
They weren't here, no.
Because of COVID. But it does mean that they have more glasses this time.
Well, that might be so. I am not sure, because...
well, they should.
But they should, yeah, assuming that they were still gathering glasses for the years they couldn't come. Right? But they're anxious. They're anxious to get here.
When do they get in?
They get in on Sunday the 29th. So this Sunday, they start arriving. The arrivals on Sunday, the arrivals again on May Day, which is Monday. And I'm even seeing on the program here, there's a hike. So they start with those who get in early. They start with a hike to Mount St. Catherine. Could you imagine?
On when?
That is the Monday, I think it is.
Monday?
Yeah, Monday.
Huh?
Yeah, those who are here, because some are arriving on Monday as well. But the early arrivals,
I guess they want to see Grenada clearly.
Yeah, and from a height.
Yeah, and from a height. They want to see Grenada clearly and from a height. But Rotary Grenada East, Rotary Grenada, or any Rotary club for that matter, Robert, you guys are not just involved in activities, but you're involved in high impact activities in relation to communities. How do you do that?
That's a good question, Andre. The first and foremost, when the Rotary Club was conceptualized, it was conceptualized that business persons, right, could be part of this. So it's like pooling business persons together. The guy himself who started, I think, was a lawyer, Paul Harris, as a lawyer and figured, you know what, he would like to do something for humanity in a way that would impact humanity. But he'd also like to do it where the persons who are providing that service that would impact humanity would of themselves be impacted in a positive way. So fellowship is a big thing in Rotary because fellowship creates bonds. And when you have a group of people who are bonding well and working together, they do better than if the team is not bonded, right? So fellowship is a big thing in Rotary. So how do you do it with respect to the commitment? The fellowship helps. Because after every project, we have a time, you know.
Yeah.
You know, we have a time.
Work hard, play hard.
Work hard, play hard. But in terms of cost, because as you mentioned, high impact sometimes, you know, is as a result of high injection of cash. Well, some of the projects we do, we actually fund it ourselves from our own personal funds, you know, personal contributions. Other contributions other monies we'll get from fundraising activities. And the Rotary, because of what we do, you know, we attract persons from, you know, a wide caliber of persons. And people believe the Rotary as a brand is a strong, well-respected brand. And so when the Rotary Club, and I'm speaking now whether it is a Rotary Club East or Rotary Club Grenada, when we put something out and we say we're having this activity, people respond well because they know that the funds that are raised, 100% of those funds will need to go to the project for which they were intended. I want to repeat that. 100% of the funds that you raise has to go to projects, right? So there's nothing like club funds and 10% go to administration, and you don't have that. And that is why the Rotary Club, because every club has some kind of cost associated with running it and operating it. It either comes from monies raised at meetings, and you know, and how do you raise those monies? There's a fun way of raising it. If you come to the meeting and you buy a new car and you drive up in your new car, there's a fee for that. You pay $5 for that, right? Right? Because it's called joy dollars. Right? You nice car, you're crazy, $5. If you come to the meeting and you're speaking too much, you want to monopolize the meeting, $5. If you come to the meeting and you forget to address somebody properly, $5. It's a humorous way, an exciting way of contributing to the club, as opposed to just saying every month you pay club fees. No, there's a humorous way to get it. And trust me.
Do I have to pay that $5 immediately?
One time, yes. Of course, if you don't have the $5, who goes to Rotary meeting and they don't have an extra $5 in their pocket? You know you'll be charged, right? You could be charged for the way you dress nice today. You could be charged for how you end up here with your ragamuffin clothes, you know. So
but you could be charged for walking to the meeting.
Yeah, if you walk in and you make noise when you come in late and you make noise, $5. Right? The sergeant at arms take notes of everything, but it is twisted with a bit of humor. So when people you're excited at the end of the meeting to figure who getting charged today and for what.
Also at the end of the meeting.
At the end of the meeting, yes. But that money goes towards, you know, club fees and the expenses associated with doing things, right? So coming back to the whole question of we raise funds from the public through, you know, sometimes joint ventures to Rotary dinners and other activities, right? But the Rotary itself, we contribute to Rotary International. And there is an opportunity to raise funds from Rotary International. You know, you write a project up and send it up. They would support it if it falls within their avenues of service, right? And if it's, you know, it's a well-crafted project and will impact on the community in the way Rotary would like it to. So that's another way of raising funds. Sometimes people and organizations may have a project that they want to execute, and they look and say, who is a team of person that might, you know, stand the best chances of getting this project done and done well. They say, okay, you know what, let's come to the Rotary Club. So there are times, you know, you're there and organizations and or persons contact you. They say, we want to do X, and we want you to partner with us because we know you have the expertise to carry out the projects well, and at the end of the day, it redounds to everyone's benefit. So those kind of ways, you know, Rotary is able to do the high impact projects.
Someone just sent me a message and I had to respond to the message, but it's partly directed to you. Good morning to you, listening. Good morning to you and my next dad. So I get you. I get you. And I guess you get the next dad.
Yeah.
Why I know it's you? Because the person want to know where you get a bad tie.
From Thailand.
Yeah. So I guess you would have heard he got it from Thailand. I don't understand this young guy. That was cats.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I said it has to be here, DRJ.
No, but she don't listen. Forget that. That's too early.
Yeah.
That's too early. She's become a night person. Yeah.
It happens when you're studying like that.
Yeah. So it's morning. Forget that. So he's probably at this time maybe on his way from work.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you've got this activity on for the week coming.
Yeah. Starting Tuesday.
Starting Tuesday. You would love for as many folks as possible to come up from states, especially those who have never had their eyes checked before, and maybe they would have been advised by their doctor that they need to check their eyes. And I just want to tell people, do not for one moment believe that the care is like a second tier thing. No. These are persons who work in the field. These are persons who understand. And I can also tell you that if there is something that they see that deserves further attention, they don't leave you by the side of the road with your bag.
No, that's true. And I'm not sure this year if we are doing surgical interventions though. That's one thing I need to double check, and I forgot. But we have done that in other projects before, but they would advise. This is something I could always relate to you, Andre. I could find out I relate to you.
Yes.
And then you could just relate to the public.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I'd love to know that because, you see, Grenadians have to understand how much the Rotary clubs of Grenada care about them and their well-being. And it's not, to use LA Post's slang, they ain't taking back no raincoat just like that. They're there with you through thick and thin.
Yes. I mean, and we have done so many other projects. And the projects are all intended to impact on persons' livelihoods. Right? So the VOSH project is a project that the one we're speaking now, we have done. We do a Christmas hamper project. We've been doing that for the last probably 20 years or more, where every selected group of persons, families will receive a hamper. For that project, the members of the club make the contribution. So that's how we actually do it. We do, cleaning, community beach cleanups and those sort of things. We do. There's a project that we on now, a hydro project, with I think it's Cedar we're working with now. There's a group in Birch Grove initially, and that is again going to be another high impact project, right? We have done the wash projects, right? Water and sanitation, and so we have done schools, and that's a very old project that the Rotary Club was involved in for years, providing toilet facilities and doing sprucing up bathroom facilities and so for schools. We have done the St. Patrick Catholic School. We have done Hermitage Government, erecting water tanks and all of that. We do those projects because we believe in humanity. We believe in improving a lot of persons in the communities in which we operate. And at the same time, when we do those projects, we have a truckload of fun. And I mean, it's a win-win situation as far as we're concerned.
What I would really like to see happen, and as this morning is an agricultural morning, I know that loads of farmers are there and they're listening and they're wondering what. Well, here's what. This is an opportunity. Even if you live in St. Andrew, you can have that opportunity on Wednesday. If you live in St. George's, it will be on Friday. Nowhere on Thursday, right?
Yes, Thursday, St. David.
St. David. If you live in St. David, Thursday. And if you live in St. Patrick, right here, even if you live in St. Mark, make it up to the St. Patrick Health Center. Make it up there on Tuesday. And if you live in St. John, make it down, and it's closer for you, make it down to the city.
Yes.
Go to the youth center, which is close to the trade center in that vicinity, and you can have your eyes checked. As a farmer, and I dare say it is something, farmers, that it beats paying $10 a bus, because you might get a glass of water. I'll say you'll get breakfast. But you're going to have your eyes checked, and checked professionally. And 99.9% of the time, farmers, they will have a pair of glasses which will work for you.
That's true.
My good friend Edmund Mark, I hope he's going to come this time, because he usually does. Edmund, I believe, is one of the most difficult persons to find glasses as well. And they have found, every time he's gone, they have been able to give him a new pair of glasses that will work. And that works for him. I hope that he's listening, or somebody would tell him out of Rose Hill, hey, the people are going to be at the health center. That's going to be on Tuesday, 9 until 5 in St. Patrick, 8:45 until 5 at Gramborough.
That's correct.
And 8:30 until
Same 5
in St. George's, and St. David's is going to be what?
8:45.
8:45
until
again.
5.
Until 5. So farmers, this is something for you. It's gonna save you money. Even if you don't get a pair of glasses, which more than likely will mean that you don't necessarily need glasses, but they're gonna have your eyes checked, and they go wash it.
And that's the thing. It's the message here is not just to folks who are persons who have a history of any eye disease or anything that requires them to have glasses, but even persons who have never had the eye checked. Because you were making a point earlier on, Andre, that your sight deteriorates so slowly, unless you probably have a major eye issue. But ordinarily, your sight deteriorates so slowly that you're not aware. And let me give you an experience I had. I one time went to have an interview with a gentleman in Grenville, one of the gentlemen who owns a business in Grenville, a store. And he was a little busy at the time that we had arranged for, so he asked me to give him just about 10 minutes. He was wrapping up something. So trying to just make myself useful. Well, find time doing something. I walking around the store, looking at this, looking at that. I bounce up on a rack of glasses. They were reading glasses. And out of curiosity, I said, well, let me see how. So I put on the first one, I didn't find any difference. I put on the second one, also I get blurry. When I put on the third glasses, right? Voila. It was glory, hallelujah. Outside get pretty, everything nice, clear. With definition, I could see a pin from a mile away. Listen, when it happened there, I jumped, because it was almost it was a realization, but wait now. But you thought you were seeing all the time, but you ain't seen. Look at what you're missing. Look at how outside is. Yeah. So guess what? And I'm sure that's what most people do. I put it back quietly and I go back to me. It was like an absolute and total denial, because I don't need glasses. And what happens? I just put it back. Years afterwards, I don't have tested lens. What I do have is reading glasses, because I needed to read. And years afterwards, on one of the Rotary same Ikea clinics, one of the doctors explained to me that as you grow older, and certainly by the age of 40, most people get away before 40, but once you get to 40, the pupils in your eye, which is responsible for, is the pupil or the retina? The retina, I think, is responsible for focus. It is supposed to be something that's very subtle, so it can move, but it gets, over time, it gets hard. And with that hardening, it loses that ability to be subtle. And so it loses the ability to focus as it should.
So it needs help.
so you need help. And that's what the glasses does, provide that kind of help.
Easy as that.
Right?
All right, so Bob White, I want to thank you for stopping by. Just to let you know, I think that this is a nice way for us to end. I'm going to put it up and read it. It's coming from Goodness Bella. And Goodness Bella says, to be honest, if a Greensman tell me to move to Grenada and make it my home, goodbye Texas, USA. No debate for me. Remember we were talking about,
earlier on.
Yeah. Goodness Bella say, forget that. So, Bob White, I know Goodness Bella could call you.
Give Bella my phone number.
Anyway, but thanks again for stopping by and
You're
giving us the
welcome, man.
information. I really had to do it. One, because you're a dear friend of mine as always, and two, because I saw the need of meshing it with the fact that farmers, I care for farmers. A lot of farmers don't even bother. A lot of them, based on how they run their business, they're not able to afford, maybe they can afford the eye exam, but when they hear that the glasses cost above $1,000 and going, some of them can't really do it. So they don't go to get eye care. Here's an opportunity, farmers. Go, get it done, so that you can see me tomorrow. You can see me to give me what you have to give me when you plant it.
And you know, when you leave there, most people like Jimmy Cliff singing, I can see clearly now.
Tim Johnny Nash song.
Yeah.
All right, Bobby, thanks again and have a wonderful day.
You're welcome, man.
Okay, great.
Okay,
this
bye-bye.
is Real 91.9. Stay with us.
Agriculture.
Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agriculture supplies in Grenada. We supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings and nursery supplies, diesel water pumps, walk behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. We're serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call us on 409-2175 or 438-4337. Gittins Home and Garden Center, from your farm to your backyard.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. A taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757.
That's why everybody want to sit down in computer. And they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody will sit down in computer. Agriculture. And they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sing in computer. You could live with a clothes. And they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just my brothers, all you go with them computers.
www.therealfmgrenada.com. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning, my name, Andrew Donald, of course, with me, JD and BJ this morning, as usual. Again, thanks, Robert, for the information. And BJ, first question for you popping out of this. Do you think that farmers can make use of something like that?
Why not, Andrew?
Yeah.
Yes.
I really believe they should.
It's for free and it's good eye care.
Yeah, it's for free.
And Rotary for doing that. Over the last few years, except the break during COVID, I've gotten used to them coming annually every year.
So I think they had about 13, 14 years before COVID broke the cycle. Now they're back again.
But you can tell when they are wrong sometimes when you pass Saturdays in the morning.
Yeah.
The traffic kind of busy around that time.
Locked up there.
Because Ikea in Grenada is quite expensive.
Ikea is expensive. It's cheap, but it's just expensive. Ikea. So, how about you, bro? What do you think? Farmers will go out in this?
Yeah, I hope so. Although farmers always say they don't have time and all this.
You don't have time for your eyes.
Yeah, but you know, some farmers don't have person to get out of.
But would you encourage a farmer to be a part of this?
Yeah.
You will encourage a farmer to be a part of
it. Yeah, but you know, and men have a problem of taking care of their health. You know, that's one of the problems men have.
You see, and I have that statement you made. I don't agree with the statement. I don't agree with the statement.
Tell me why.
You have heard that statement so much from women that you start to believe it. That is what is happening. That is what has happened. Is that women say that all the time. So it becomes like the mantra. Oh, men don't take care of their health. Women complain more. It's not that we don't take care of our health. Women complain more. So if the man and woman live in the house and every day she complain about she hip hurting and she hip hurting her, he had to save money for she to go and deal with she hipping her. You understand? And he, in doing that, he's just not doing something. He probably has a finger that he needs to take care of, but he understands and loves his wife so much that he's going to make sure that her hip is good. And then when that happens now and the finger get bad, oh, you there and you don't say nothing. Well, I was trying to make sure that you good. Do you understand? BJ, isn't that how it is?
Of course.
There you go, see? And then they come and say, oh, man is not there. They ain't taking care of health. We're trying to take care of them.
Andre, you know, with this eye business, people not supposed to, take the site, when it comes in properly. I remember during the election campaign, I went to someone's yard and was, actually talking, and we were, having a nice discussion, a good friend of mine, and he asked me for a number. I remember. And I said, brethren, I can't give you that number, no, I can't see, I'm blind. When I get home and I put on glasses, I'm going to send you that number. And the man said, BJ, you at that stage now, that's the right time for you to go into politics. And I was like, what you talking about? And I can't see. I didn't say, BJ, yeah. And no, it's the right time. So I said, I was confused. I said, why you want me to get involved in politics? He said, BJ, you're not getting it. And you come in my yard campaign. If you're blind, you can't see. I said, that's true. And he said, if you can't see, you can't thief, you know. I was like,
Virgin,
Virgin, have a good day, please. So sometimes, you need to take your sight, seriously.
You people need to take the sight seriously. They really need to do that. Real 91.9. BJ, I show that drink there. Oh my God, you don't drink pepper. I don't know who tell people you should drink pepper. Don't ever drink pepper.
You say it's good for circulation.
No, what it does, it carries the medication to where it's needed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What medication?
Whatever. No. Whatever the other thing that you have there, it aids in carrying the other ingredients.
It's like a transporter.
A transport, right, to where it's needed. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Didn't know that aspect of it.
It is. Yeah.
So, fruits and vegetables hitting the market soon, BJ? Yeah, already on the market.
I've been seeing quite a bit of fruits and vegetables. There might be scarcity in some areas. However, Andre, I think the pricing for some of those things are quite expensive.
Man, you just can't say that enough times. I BJ, witnessed a bag of French cashew with 6 French cashew in it. And they are no bigger than normal limes. And that 6 French cashew was $5.
It happens.
BJ, that ain't making sense, man.
Honestly, I was passing yesterday, so some guy selling Tanya, and Ren was for say, yo, let me go and make some Tanya for you and cheer what old jelly. Stop and, run there and say, brother, how much is he here? And him look around. I said, this one here, you have a look like a more. You see, that model is 5, but this one is 10, He didn't, and the Tanya did not weigh about a pound, you understand? But you need it to buy it. And you hope that those things become, affordable. And the only way you can make them affordable is to grow them in large quantities, and ensure that the operational cost, the production cost, is not too expensive.
No, this is atrocious.
No, I don't mind people selling things, at exorbitant price.
I'd like to tell people that close to me, the bridge, the $5 stand, they can go there and feel happy spending $5 anything.
It's kind of nice. I have $20 and again 4 different items in substantial quantities that it can last for a few days.
Yeah.
So $20 can keep me going for a few days, and that's all right. And that's the way you want to see things happening throughout the country, because you see, this is a country area, and you don't expect somebody to be selling you a water nut for $4 and $3.50 in the country area.
But they do.
Yeah, they do.
As soon as the man who's selling water, caller, we coming to you. As soon as the man who's selling water, not BJ, as soon as he go in town for the first time and he passing Grant and you see water, not his $5, $4 and $5, when he come, hey, new price rate. If you go in town, you go see what you're paying for that. Like if I leave the town, I don't leave the town. We've got a caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Donald.
Good morning, Bribers.
And good morning to BJ and JD.
Good morning, boss.
BJ, you hit the nail on its head. I had that experience just a couple weeks ago. I came from Milan. I don't grow yams and things. There was this guy selling yams. And the lady said, let me sell yams today. And it was, no, you don't have nada. You go and give busham, as you call it. And I had them piled up on the ground. And I look at this. Then this one is $10. I said, this one, how much was that one? Then it's $5. What I'm telling you, in right in my area, he's telling me $5 a pound for bushama. You know, these guys, and I shot show that the guy didn't grow the yam himself.
No, you ain't tell the bush yam.
Bush yam, you know.
Bush yam, you tell you.
And I couldn't believe the price he was selling it at all. Anyway, BJ on a more serious note, BJ, I'm reaping my harvest of my well-grown cauliflower by the, which I thought I was using the lot of 10 manure and so on, BJ.
Happy to hear
I'm
that.
benefiting from it right now. Right now, today I'm going to look for some more matting. Because with the little rain we got there, oh my God, my field is just...
Tend to develop really fast during those kind of weather.
I just cannot complain for cauliflower for the next 2 or 3.
Really happy to hear that.
Supermarket and so on. So Sardini Stadium. So anyone listening, one cauliflower, nice, pretty white cauliflower, come to the stadium on Saturday morning. Look for that blue pickup.
Who playing for But by the way, so if someone is able to come to you on Saturday,
yeah,
and they say, Primus, I heard that and I heard you speak on Real FM about this, would you give them a discount?
Yes. Yeah, I was giving
but I got a special discount because they heard you take a free ad.
Yes, sir, that's no problem.
So everything good?
Yes, sir.
So only cauliflower? What else do you have?
No. Why are you out them a lot of fox rice? I was just, and it came, so now it's so strange that we have some different type of kale.
Yeah.
And there were some of the people who always bought the kale from me, and I did that charge. And it's going very slow. And the issue is then it's too hot. So I'm losing a lot in the field now. So I'll be having some kale, lots of kale, cauliflower in abundance, and the usual Jamaican color.
Watermelon?
No watermelon, no watermelon. Because watermelon, I only use my watermelon. I don't buy, as I said, anything I sell to my customer is what I grow on my farm. I don't buy and sell over. Okay. Once you get something from my vehicle, my stand, it comes from my land, so I'm responsible for it. Okay. So I don't water watermelon. Once I don't have a night tree, I don't. This week, providing a short tree, I could just use my ladder and just get that tree. But I wouldn't guarantee watermelon for this week.
You wouldn't
get it. But in case you need watermelon, see what I could find it for you.
All right.
Not a problem.
I got you, my brother.
That's
I got you.
For the advertisement.
Yes, that will compensate for it. I hear you, Primus. Say hello to wifey for me.
I do that to Donald.
Okay, great. Take care.
Thank you very much.
All right, bye-bye. So you're hearing, friends, if you're in the vicinity of the market, which is at the stadium, if you're in that vicinity, what you can do is to go to Primus on Saturday morning and say, hey, I heard you, Primus, on Real FM. You will get a discount in relation to cauliflower, Jamaican cantaloupe, kale. What else does he have? What else does he have? Jamaican cantaloupe, kale, cauliflower, and whatever else. Yeah, go on down, get your stuff. Remember, he grows what he sells.
He sells what he grows.
Oh, he sells what he grows. He grows what he sells. He sells what he grows. What do you have hitting the market? I know you don't like to say, but I always ask the question anyway. What do you have hitting the market, BJ?
We have lots of tomatoes, lots of plantains, lots of bananas.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Lots and lots, large quantities.
Oh, that's good.
Soursop, we export that, so we don't really sell locally.
Okay.
We're in the process of planting 4,000 strawberry trees this morning. Just bring them in from Miami.
You planting that close to your home?
Right in the hydroponics, yeah.
Strawberries.
4,000. I just brought it in yesterday.
Controlled environment?
Controlled environment. I realize it's something that sells very expensive here, and it's not very, very difficult to grow. So
you growing it in water or soil?
Water.
Okay.
With some stones, chip stones.
Interesting. How long is it going to take before it?
Normally, because they're coming from a dormant period, Some variety would as it start growing, they'll make young ones. But you really don't want that yet. So you may get a few to eat. But give and take about 6-8 weeks time, you can start to see blossom.
All right. That's quick. Good morning. We've got a caller. Hello, good morning. Oh, lost that one. Well, that's quick, 6 to 8 weeks. That's
time,
That's 4,000.
There are different varieties, huh? There are different kinds of strawberry.
Wide varieties, yeah. Quite wide varieties.
The caller is back, I believe. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. I just happened to be looking at a channel, and I saw a guy, Claudio Spear.
So a guy what?
Claudius Spear, that's a farmer from Birch Grove.
Yeah.
No. I know he's from Fire Creek, a veterinarian.
Francis
Spear.
Claudius is another one.
Yeah. So yes, and you saw him, yes, and?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he is around?
No. That is a program that would have been a program from some time back. You saw it on YouTube, I'm guessing. And that program, he comes in at 12. He's here usually Monday to Thursday. He gets here by about 11:45.
Okay.
And his program runs from 12 until 1.
Okay.
So if you want to get him, you can call between 12 and 1 o'clock. Today's what? Today's Thursday? Yeah. He should be in today.
All right. So tell him a guy was trying to get onto him, and we worked together for a lot of years ago.
Okay.
Patrick Moore, Grand Roy in St. John.
Patrick
Moore.
Pat, good morning.
Yes, Grand Roy, St. John.
I said good morning.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. All right.
You know who you talk? You know who's saying good morning to?
No, sir.
Patrick, this is Andre Donald.
You're all right. Yeah. Hey, tell Andre here, Andre. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you?
I don't know. I just happened to be watching something on the TV.
Yeah, he'll be here around that time today, so I'll tell him.
All right, do that for me, man.
Okay, we'll do.
And I'll get back to you. So everything good with you, boy?
For the time being, yeah.
All right, man. You take care.
You take care of yourself.
Oh, so I get to know where you are now, man.
All right.
Take care of yourself, bro.
Okay, good. One love.
Good, man. One love.
All right. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. This is your friendly family station for another morning. This gentleman investing 4,000. Jenny, how come you don't ask him for one to see how you grow by you?
No, I see a lot of people doing strawberry.
Strawberry grows everywhere.
Everywhere. A lot of people into strawberry now. Quite a lot of people doing
But
strawberry.
they're not for market, not for...
Well, more personal use.
How long does a vine last?
It depends. It can last for years.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Oh, I didn't hear you, Mr. Donald. Good morning, and good morning to your guests. I'm not talking agriculture right now, but I was trying to phone you very early when your guest was on concerning the ice, and you mentioned all the parish in Grenada.
Not Carriacou.
How come you never mentioned Carriacou? What happened? I was trying to call, but you wasn't picking up the phone.
They've been to Carriacou before, haven't they?
I don't know. I
think they've been to Carriacou before. So here's what I'm going to do, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to call him, and I know you're listening, so you will hear what he has to say in relation...
Because I never heard, but I say you will correct me if I'm wrong. So I leave it up to you, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Have a nice day.
Okay, good.
Good morning to all my guests, the agriculture guests.
Good morning.
We're just getting some rain in Carriacou a little bit.
Excellent.
Much welcome, rain.
Yeah, save it.
Well, that's what we're doing, saving, because the crops not growing.
Yeah, you know.
The grass died.
Yeah,
but
that's
if
a
they
breath of fresh air.
continuously getting some rain, they'll have food for the animals.
Good.
Right? Yeah. Okay, you take care. Have a
all
nice
right,
day.
so listen up. I'm going to call Robert, and he's going to tell you why they're not going to be in Carriacou.
Okay, all right then. I will
Okay,
listen.
good.
Okay,
All right,
bye-bye.
bye-bye. So, you see, people in Carriacou need help. Need eye care
Who
too.
does not need help? Vijay,
Yes.
Talking about strawberry, you know that I realize now that the people getting into that type of farming, like what you into there now, with the strawberry, hydroponics.
Strawberry is very delicate, huh? It's a very delicate crop, and it requires a lot of caring. The call have to be spot on, or else you can have, development of disease and all of those. You can have rotting of the fruits. You have to control the nutrients and the water properly in order for it to grow, the way you want it to grow. And if you have it on the ground without, controlling the condition, you can have problems. But it's not a difficult crop to grow.
Yeah, okay. I think that's one of the most expensive fruit on the market now. It should be strawberry.
Expensive.
Yeah, strawberry is expensive.
All right, the lady did call and ask about the Rotary people not going to Carriacou.
Mm-hmm.
Let's find out from Robert. Robert, good morning again.
Hi. Morning, Andre.
We just had a call from Carriacou, and the people are concerned that Rotary is not going to Carriacou.
And I could well understand the concern. The issue is with the reintroduction of the VOSH program, it was it was not possible to actually do Carriacou this trip, but it's something that came up for mention and consideration. As a matter of fact, we have done Carriacou before, and the VOSH team was excited to go to Carriacou, but the logistics of going to Carriacou now would not have fit into the how many days they're spending in Grenada. Right? And because they have already cemented their presence, as you say, or established their presence in this 4 jurisdiction, or the 4 parishes, they want to continue with this. So having another jurisdiction like adding, which they want to do, because we've been to Carriacou and they enjoyed it, and they keep asking about Carriacou, but it's a question of the time that they could spend and how do we fit it in. It's still something, it's a work in progress, but I want to say to Carriacou, don't give up on us. To the extent that you could come down to Grenada to get it done, fine. But we hope that before long, meaning that in a couple of years, we could actually have it organized so that we can always have Carriacou included. But just a little more logistics and cost until too.
Yeah. All right, bye-bye. Thank you.
You're welcome, buddy.
Okay, great. So, Matheson, I hope you heard that they have not forgotten you, but it's just logistically not possible. 8:33, that's our time. You guys were speaking about something and when I was on the phone trying to get Robert, what was it?
We were speaking about the cultural practices of growing strawberry. That's required for growing strawberry.
But do we have cultural practices here in relation to strawberry, or is it just a new fruit that we're trying?
Well, it's kind of new, but I mean, these days you don't have no issues. You go on YouTube or you go on Google and you can get all the information there. It's not like before you have to wait on the extension officer or something like that.
Okay. How does strawberries sell? I mean, by the pound, by the...
Sometimes they put it in a little container, or sometimes they
No, how will you sell it to the supermarket?
I guess by pounds.
By the pound.
It can be very pound. But the imported ones, what they have here, they come in pre-packed already.
That's how the important ones come?
Yeah, they come in, get them pre-packed in a little nice little container, and
most strawberry, because of the nature of the fruit, because it's so delicate, they are field packed. They are packed right where they're grown.
Raspberries, blackberries, do you do them? Have you ever done them?
No, but I assume that it can be grown, yeah. Most of them fruits in the mango have a dormant period when nothing happens. They would have a sleeping period, and sometimes you have to wake them up. Like, for example, the plants that we just imported, we had to put them to sleep for a little while.
Before they got here?
Yes. And even while they're here a few days now, I put them to sleep still in a very controlled condition. So as soon as you plant them, you break the dormancy, they will just instantly send shoots up and start growing. You have to keep them stored at the right temperature.
That's interesting.
In fact, some of them make suckers. That's how you multiply, you propagate the plant by from the suckers. And sometimes you have to put the sucker to sleep. Because if you just take it out sometimes and just plant it, it doesn't want to grow.
BJ, would it be letting the cat out of the bag if you were to tell people, hey, this is what it costs to import a tray of strawberries? You'll be letting the cat out of the bag?
No, you can go online, Andre, and you can just search for farms that sell strawberry plants, and they can work out the logistics for you. The problem, Andre, to get those plants here, you have to get phytosanitary certificate in order to do that. You have to check the pest management people, because you don't want to introduce disease in Grenada that we don't necessarily want to have in our country, and because of a new crop. So you have to treat the plants over there even before you get here. And sometimes even when you get here, you're required to treat it again to ensure that it's totally clean. You want sterile plant to be here. You don't want to introduce funny kind of diseases, because you know how those countries stay. Huh?
So in the process of importing those plants, you don't import any soil whatsoever?
No. In fact, someone had to go abroad and clean the plants and wash it out and ensure that it's all right. And
your people?
Yeah. That's what is involved. Somebody had to jump the plane. Somebody jumped the plane Monday to bring it in yesterday. For 2 days to go wash the plants and clean it in and make sure it's well packed. And because the plants is not coming from where it's being picked up, you had to be transshipped overland, and you had to be stored in, so you had to buy like a refrigerator to keep it, at the right condition until you get there and all of those.
So bloody hell, what you telling me, BJ, is that strawberries are expensive.
Very expensive. Hence the reason I'm trying to get into it. And Andre, if you notice, locals hardly consume that because of the cost. And I think we can, that should be growing all over the place. That's my take. It's not about the money, Andre. I don't farm for money. I always tell you that. I don't farm for money.
Jetty, would you get involved in something like strawberries, raspberries?
No, I don't think so.
Why?
Just because what it requires to get it and to get the plants, the process you have to go through,
What if you can get plants from someone like your good guy there on your left?
Maybe I consider it. But for now, it's not something.
Andre, I grew strawberry many times there. I grew strawberry in the past year. Several times I imported strawberry. That's the third time I'm bringing strawberry plants.
You were not able to sustain the plants over that time? Like they have
no,
to get
sometimes, like for example, the space. You have to plant in 4,000. I would have to sacrifice 4,000 lettuce plants in order to get a strawberry in. So I have to go and create a new area now to accommodate 4,000 lettuce because I put strawberry in the same area. So sometimes I remember I'm dealing with infrastructure that I have to install and cover and, ensure that you have the right, irrigation and all of those set up. So sometimes it takes a little while. So sometimes while you're transferring from one area to another area, you have to rethink. You have to replan things. Because strawberry wasn't a crop. It's just that I've been going to the supermarket and I find I can't purchase it. It's too expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive.
It's expensive.
Like bananas. It was after the hurricane, I realized that I have to go and buy bananas, ripe bananas in the shop for $3.75 a pound. $3.75, Andre. When the hurricane passed 10, 15 years ago, I said, wait, no, these people crazy. So I would have to bring in some plants from Israel and establish it quick and ensure that bananas never be sold for that cost, that cost in Grenada again.
You still have those plants?
Still have those.
And they produce well?
Yeah. It's a variety named Williams. Because they used to grow Cavendish and those things before.
What is Cavendish?
It's a variety, that's the name of a banana.
Yeah. Oh, it's a banana.
Yeah. Like that giant Cavendish and all of those.
You don't get much of that. No, they grow Michel. They grow Michel. You don't get much of that.
No, the grow Michel is another brand.
It's another brand.
But one of the best sitting one you could find. I was looking at something in the Philippines. I think they're second in the world now with bananas. When I watch that field, wow, it's amazing how they grow. how they grow the bananas and to have it to the thing. But another way I see they doing it now, one they put them in pots, and you're getting one banana at a time, one tree in a pot, bearing at one point in time. Massive field, but only one plant in the pot.
So the feed that the plant absorbs is not shared with suckers?
No. Right.
This seems to think you get a better bunch when you don't have plenty suckers around. If you just have like one follower and stuff like that. But remember, when you harvest that plant, the banana would take 9 months for the other one to bear enough. So you have to have sizable fields.
Yeah, that's that.
While this is waiting for this portion here to grow, you have to ensure that you have other areas that is coming in also, so you have consistency. So in Grenada, what we tend to do is to leave several followers around the tree. So within a month or two after you harvest the main bunch, you will get another one setting fruit. So you have consistency. But it means that you have to fertilize a lot more because you have several plants in that specific area.
BJ, agriculturally, what's going on? What's happening?
Nationally?
Yeah. What are you hearing? I'm going to ask the same question to JD. What are you hearing in relation to agriculture? I get the feeling that not get the feeling, I'm not hearing. The last thing I heard was a trip to Carriacou and PD Martinique. And my thing, I was wondering, well, bloody hell, what grows in PD Martinique that they had to go there? And if it was a situation that they're looking at fish, the PD Martinicans, they don't sell their fish on PD Martinique, neither do they sell it in Carriacou. They sell their fish outside.
Well, they're probably looking at the prospect of agriculture there, maybe.
Wait, in PD Martinique?
Maybe.
Well, I wait. But that was the last thing I heard. It's like, to me, and JD, same question. What are you hearing in relation to agriculture?
For what I heard lately, a number of farmers got some aid, which I thought was excellent.
Aid where?
With equipment and so. Some going to get, they get different things. Different farmers got different things. Some getting shade houses, some got water pumps. It's a wide cross section. I think that was done last Thursday. It's a program that was on over a couple of years, but they got the benefits last, I think, Thursday. But those who going to get shade house going to take a longer while because they want to do a shade house for Grenada, not just a shade house. They want to find the right type for Grenada. But I understand a number of farmers got assistance last week. But that was a project that was going on about I think maybe 2 years ago, and they're now getting into fruit. Yeah, and they have someone said to me they have another one coming up soon. So,
PJ, have you heard that? Have you heard about that thing?
No, Andre. However, there always this little distribution of a greenhouse here, a little support there. Those things continually taking place in our country. Whether or not this can create serious impact on the sector is a different thing. Those little scratch here and there always taking place. And I keep talking about that for years, Andre, where agriculture need to be structured properly. The days where people scratching a little thing here, there, everywhere. Those little, subsistent kind of thing, you do this thing on the side as that don't working, and that is outdated. You can't feed yourself that way. You're forever going to be struggling to feed yourselves. You have to feed yourself in a more scientific way.
Yeah, BJ, you're so right.
In a more organized way.
You're so
the
right.
way man choose to feed themselves, Andre, it becomes very, very cold. So the food prices for those things keep going up very, very, very high. And then you can't even sustain your own self. You can't even feed your own family.
You're so right. Because BJ, this morning I was just doing some a little research there. And they said, we were trying to promote agribusiness. And they said, where, it's technology driven, it's kind of smart. And they say if you practice agriculture, you will be poor. Practice agriculture, and that will be on your way to wealth. And the guy was saying, your grandfather, was he a rich person? Grandfather who was involved in agriculture, was he a rich person? So there are a lot of new ways now of doing things, and if we don't go down that road, we're going to be in a lot of problem for food, quite a lot of problem.
Andre, I don't know if you are aware of that. You may hear that they have this small project, that you get started with, and all those bag of foolishness. And what is fretting me, Andre, and upsetting, is that the people who are doing those things and involved in those projects, they know better than that, because they traveled and they educated and they seen what is happening outside there. So it's not like they don't know. But when they come back, they team up with some of the politicians around who doesn't understand anything, and they play politics with agriculture. So you have $5 million. Instead of just setting up 5 projects and employ 500 people, you take that 5 million and you play politics with it. You give somebody here 5 little pigs around the canary, 10 little sheep around the canary, 5 little beehives over there. So, where you going with those kind of things? Because you're looking for numbers. Mm-hmm. So when you give a man a little thing on the side there, even though it's not sustainable, you hope that you can get his vote in the next few years or whatever, or he owe you forever. You have a loyalty to you because you give him some money. Man, you cannot really develop agriculture that way.
Vijay.
If you have 20 little piggeries around the corner, and each of them, taking 1 person, 2 persons to run them, it's probably better you set up one and coagulate everyone to operate that piggery. It might be more efficient. You're talking about what? Economies of scale. Mm-hmm. You're talking about efficiency. You're talking about good management. Andre, if you have 10 people managing the similar entity, chances are 3 or 4 out of those 10 people may not know what they're doing here. Chances are if you coagulate them and you have 1 or 2 good managers, that's it. It probably might be more efficient in terms of its operation. But people play politics with agriculture, and that in itself is setting it back. Look at government have all these estates and lands around the place. And all the man them can do is when their friends come around and they can't give them job, is to give them a piece of land and say, go over there and do something. Mm-hmm. And say, where you go sell the thing? They don't know. Marketing board no longer exists because you stifle it. You ask it to take everything people produce without structuring your agriculture, and you failed it, and you fail yourself, and you're in a quandary now. Farmers have the little piece of land, they don't know what to do. Half of the model farms failed, and you still have intention of probably cutting up somebody's estates again little later and make your bag of foolishness. When you should really have, people who are capable, or companies who are, who know what they're about, operating those things and operating it efficiently. Andre, little petty bourgeois, little people who have the little walk and the little car, and they are ill-disciplined set of people, They walk when they want, Half of them reach late this morning on government job. Half of them leaving before the time this evening and come back home. And have to find 30 million to pay them every month. And when they come back home, some of them playing little farmers still. They juke 2 little thing there and cost marketing board to take it.
BJ, about a month ago, BJ, they had a lunch. They had a lunch of backyard gardening. So I saw some people walking with this a little piece of cardboard box. What in it? 2 tomatoes, 2 little. That making any sense?
That don't make no sense. That's why the cost of the things so expensive, Because it's how you go about producing it. If you produce it in a mass way and an efficient way, you're able to sell cheaper. That's the economics of the thing. Yeah. When you're 10 little man doing things, 3 fail, and 5 can get started, the other 2 say, okay, it's scarce now. The price is $20 per pound, you know?
When it's supposed to
when
be
it's supposed to be $2.
$2.
So that's the problem, Andre, the way we structure the thing, where we disorganize, where we left it on everybody. Andre, when a man don't know where he going, he do anything, he go anyway. If you have a plan, if you have a program, if you have something to follow, if you have a direction, if there is organization, you don't have in chaos. Yo, God could have clapped his hand and make the world in one day. It takes 7 days to sit down and think about this thing first, you know.
It's interesting. We have to change our methods. We have to change our ways. And like they were saying they are trying to promote agribusiness. And in agribusiness, they say it enhances agriculture production. You get new food production technology, growing method. It improves the system of food security. You want to know ways of growing the crops. And sustainable food production, you will have crop rotation. That will enable food prices to the consumer lower. And it will help reduce, you have an increase in crop yield and help reduce poverty. Where you have price reduction, job creation, you feel a higher quality of life for the community and the country. We have to change agriculture. I mean, agriculture has been changing, and if we continue the old way, I mean, like the grandfather or whatever, we were doomed to fail. There's a lot of, I've seen a lot of even machinery, simple machinery they have out now. Almost farmers have a little cutlass and guys.
I saw a farmer with a walk behind tiller driving in the road a couple of years ago from the Mount Rule area. Driving in the road.
Hi.
A little bird told me that you came into this world kicking and screaming today. Is that true?
Yes.
Really? And why you keep it a secret?
Why did I keep it a secret?
Uh-huh.
It's no longer a secret. Because you hear it.
Not anymore. Well, have a good one.
Take care.
All right.
Appreciate it.
You're special.
You are.
Uncle, I brought you a little something. For you and your staff. You can share this. Compliments.
I thought you want to add more to what I have here.
Yes.
I thought when you're body, people don't give you, but like you give it.
Exactly. No, JD. I need to celebrate with my family. Really, from my family.
Okay.
So if you don't think about giving, think about receiving.
Or receiving.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, BJ. I saw a gentleman. And the interesting thing is that the government at that time had just given out those walk behind tillers.
Okay.
And I passed him in Montfenju by the gas station going south, which is heading towards the Mount Rule area. And I saw him driving the tiller in the road, so I'm like, and his thing is that is how he will get from point A to point B. He doesn't have a vehicle to put it on, so he don't care. Because these things ain't made for road.
Find alternative use. Why not? Andre, let me give you an example. About 30 years ago, I was studying abroad. Coming back from Jamaica, I passed through Antigua to look for a friend. And we used to be to school together. We used to study together. So I stayed with him, and the next day he said, BJ, let's go check out the best farm in Antigua. Andre, when the man bring me on the farm, I feel shame, you know. I mean, Andre is nothing like a farm, you know. I said, BJ, this man got Farmer of the Year. And him show me one brand new tractor. Them give the man, you know, brand new tractor, because the government, want to encourage farming. I came back home and started working and decided to set up my own farm. That's 20 years later, The government of Grenada say, okay, BJ, you get Farmer of the Year because your farm look really great. You know what the man give me? How would he tell you now? I don't know if you understand the mindset.
Yeah. Because, no, but I'm serious. I don't think, and I'm hearing it, but we have to, the government takes the blame. But hearing where I believe, BJ, quickly, because we got just about 4 minutes. Here's what I believe. The persons who work in the service, they have no ideas. Because government to get a tractor, a nice little tractor for you to use on your farm is the easiest thing to do. They can ask a foreign government to donate one or a couple.
For that
right?
specific purpose.
For that specific purpose, we want a couple. We want 5 because we want to use it in 5 years. That kind of a thing, and government don't have to pay government taxes.
Nope.
You understand? So it's just
the mindset.
The mindset, and you see the person who's making the decision inside of the ministry. That person is the most dangerous one. You know why? Because they don't want you to have that.
It's quite possible.
They don't want you to have that because they believe that you're going to make more money and they don't want you to make more money.
It's probably too much for you too because the mind's so small.
The mind.
Heart is too heavy.
And I have went through that where FA was going to sponsor me. And they tell me we have to go through the Ministry of Agriculture. That was one of the worst.
No, nothing happened.
Yeah, they couldn't find my letter, and I hand dropped the letter there. I imposed it, you know.
You're lucky. You're lucky they couldn't find it.
They can't find it.
You're lucky in Terry, you didn't send nothing for them.
And everyone asking me, how you get to talk to the man, you know. I think I met the man and we discussed. And, you know, okay, we'll send the letter. Now end of story.
That's the end of it.
End of story.
Final words from you this morning.
I need to give some
Go ahead.
planting dates. Today is about 27 to the 30th. It says no planting. But take it from me, May the 1st, they say it's a barren day, so no planting on May the 1st. The 2nd to the 5th. To the 5th, you can plant above the ground, and on the 5th also you could plant below the ground. The 6th and the 7th, no planting. So I'll go back over again. 27th to the 30th, this is no planting. May the 1st, they say it's a barren day. 2nd and the 3rd, you could plant above. The 4th and the 5th, you could plant above. And that the 5th also is good for below. And the 6th and the 7th, no planting.
The union's outside waiting for you, eh? You know that?
The union? Yeah, I don't know.
You didn't know?
No.
They're outside, they stand waiting for you. You just said May the 1st is a barren day. BJ, your final words.
Have a blessed day, Andre. Take care. Morning.
Take care.
I don't know what can I commit.
You said that May the 1st is a barren day. You deal with them.
Yes. Agriculture.